Welcome back to Skippers, presented by Owners Box Fantasy Sports. Today's segment, Jeremy's favorite, Monday Mailbag. Avery Chenier, Jeremy Roach, T-Mac behind the camera, answering your fantasy baseball questions. But before we get into it, the winner of our giveaway, we had a lot of people enter.
Yep.
More than we thought, for sure. We picked the winner, Arthur LaFave. Congratulations. Loyal subscriber, loyal follower on Instagram as well. So congrats to him. Thank you for everyone who entered. And
more to come, too.
Absolutely.
More giveaways to come.
So now, T-Mac, let's get into it. First question.
Yeah, we didn't choose the winner. The winner was chosen randomly. Let's keep that
correct.
in mind.
Yeah, it was randomly chosen.
It was randomly chosen.
Okay, first question.
You've got mail.
Joey Gallo wants to know if Joey Gallo is a concern moving forward this season.
So we fight about this in the car all the time. So you give your Joey Gallo take first.
I think he's not if you're not in an on base percentage league, he's a concern. Like he's 100% a concern.
No.
He's just we talked about him changing his swing. It's not working. So if it's not working, is he going to go back to like he's at a point right now? And I've had this when you're hitting.
This is the Reese Hoskins thing.
No, but you're deciding on okay, do I keep this or do I change swing? That's what Joey Gallo's thinking right now.
Okay, and what happens if Joey Gallo goes back to what he knows?
It didn't work last year, so it wouldn't be good. So
T-Mac did the
home
motion.
runs. Yeah, launch angle, right? That's all it is.
Exactly.
It changed the launch angle.
I said Reese Hoskins, if he goes back to what he knows, it's walks, getting on base, singles hitter. And now, Joey Gallo, if he goes back to what he knows, it's fucking 50 home runs in a year. Right? So, I'm not concerned. A guy, not swinging as many pitches.
I'm concerned because he's at a point right now where he tried to change something and it's not working, and he's at a stage where he has to decide: do I go back to what I was?
Yes. So look at this.
The issue.
Rangers last place in their division already, right? Mm-hmm. They're not going to be that great. Good series against the Red Sox this weekend, but he's going to go back to trying to hit dingers soon.
Yeah, I do think he's going to go back to something.
I am holding Joey Gallo. What are you doing with Joey Gallo?
If I have him on my team, I'm holding him, but I am exploring trade opportunities.
Okay, I love Joey Gallo. Next question.
Love seeing the boys go at it. Okay, Eddie Rosario or Andrew Benintendi rest of the season?
Another question we have fought about in the car. Actually, no, we fought about it in the office already.
Yeah.
You go first.
So I actually had Eddie Rosario in one of my leagues, and I traded him. I told Avery that I'd trade him before this question even came in. Benintendi is obviously a guy who struggled mightily with the Red Sox the last 2 years. Goes to KC, which we all thought that was a good fit. We agreed. We think it was a good fit. And
I wasn't excited about it, but it was a fine fit.
He's doing what Benintendi we thought Benintendi would do. He hits 270, 280, gets a couple. He steals a lot.
250.
Well, he's hitting 270 right now. But I think that I would rather have the upside for power is obviously on Rosario's side, but right now I think I'd rather have Benintendi for a categories guy.
So this is a good timed question because Eddie Rosario kind of struggling. Benintendi's gone off like his last 3 games. He had a bunch of hits this weekend. But Eddie Rosario, more stolen bases. So I think Eddie Rosario has 5.
Yeah.
Hasn't been caught stealing. Andrew Benintendi has run four stolen bases, I think, or 4 or 3, and been caught like 4 times. So that is going to stop Andrew Benintendi from running. If you keep getting picked off as a guy who's not a speed guy, you have Adalberto Mondesi hopefully coming back soon, save my fantasy season. But I'm on Eddie Rosario every day in left field. The Indians do stink, though.
It's so bad. Rosario just doesn't walk, which is an issue when you're such a power guy. And if he's not hitting, he's literally useless.
So I'm taking Rosario. You're taking Benintendi.
Yeah.
Next question, T-Mac.
All right, well, that was less contentious, so that's good.
Sorry, I have another thing to say about Benintendi. His StatCast numbers are finally back to his 2019 numbers.
He's just he's not going to shock you. Rosario can obviously he has way more upside than Benintendi. We know that.
Yeah, he's been stud for Minnesota.
But I'd rather take the guy who I can trust. Okay. I think it's Benintendi.
And then that's why I'm going to win the league, and you're not.
All right, give the boys a chance to cool down. What leagues are you guys in right now?
So we have an office league, the Sex Havers League. Name is controversial. Some. Also, we're in the FSGA League.
FSGA League's a big one.
So that is the one where, it's just a deep league. We're in that together. We run the team together.
It's the Fantasy Sports Association brings all the fantasy sports companies together for a big league.
2 MLB GMs are in the league.
Yeah.
They're in last place. Because obviously we're smarter than them.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure they just draft their teams and just don't play. It's like, why are you guys in this league? But everyone else is playing. Mm-hmm. We're middle of the pack in that one. It was our first fantasy draft of the season, too. So I wish we would have gotten ready for that. It was a good
warm up. It was kind of but it was such a long draft. It was insane number of roster positions for that type of league, 2-catcher league.
2-catcher league also.
9
is
pitching slots.
Yeah, my least favorite type of league. But other than that, I am winning the office league. Jerry, you're
I'm third.
So we're up there. T-Mac is in last place.
Yeah.
Going back to FSGA, though, there's nothing like these boys on Monday ranting about what 5th, 6th starter they're going to add to the roster for this week that they feel like they have no other choice but to do.
We had like Matt Shoemaker on the team, and you're like, we started him for 1 week, and we have dropped Matt Shoemaker.
We should start tweeting who we're adding every Monday.
You think people care about that?
Yeah. It could be on their waiver wire.
Yeah, you're gonna tell somebody in a 10-teamer to add like I can't think of somebody
Cole,
like
Cole Irvin. We added Cole Irvin.
Cole Irvin. He was my waiver wire guy. But.
Okay, switching from there to Dynasty outlook. So we're looking at somebody's asking about Francisco Lindor. Should they be buying, selling, holding? Where are you guys at there?
So I looked into this. Lindor is obviously he's not my favorite shortstop to draft. Like he's always up there.
Okay, let's go Dynasty outlook first. 10 years from now, 5 years from now, what are we thinking Francisco Lindor?
He's still going to be a top shortstop in the league.
You think so?
Yes, 100%.
Like top 10 or top 5?
Like top 5.
I'd say top 10. I think he's like around like 8, 9, 10 at the end of that. So I keep going with your point. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
It's okay. That's a good question though about looking in the future. I just don't think like why sell him now? Like he's not hitting very well, but you know, one thing to look at is his strikeout percentage is the lowest of his career, and he's walking the most of his career. You can't combine that together. That's positive news, and no one sees that when they're trading for that. Like if I want to buy low on, I'm trying to get your Lindor. Like I'm not thinking about like that's not the reason why I'm getting them. So I think that you need to take that in and give him time. I think he's definitely a hold. He's too big of a talent. Obviously, for the right price, he's worth it. But I don't think there's a right price right now that people are getting offered for Lindor just because of his stats. He's hitting like 171 right now.
And I'm a hold on Lindor too. I don't really care for Lindor. I don't have any shares in season long either. I just haven't been a Lindor guy pretty much my whole life. So whatever, Francisco Lindor. I love prospects coming up. It's what excites me. I don't look at old guys who are going to come back to what they've used to been. So if I like, obviously Bobby Witt and those type of guys, I would take them 100 times out of 100 over like Francisco Lindor. But also they're going to be new. Like in 5 years, he might be like Tatis is right now.
Yeah.
And Tatis in 5 years is going to be the number one shorts. Like still, it's going to be.
Yeah, definitely.
So Dynasty, you got to think a couple years down the road, obviously. But Francisco Lindor is a hold for me. T-Mac. Next question.
Yeah, last question, but before that, Avery's the guy that knows the college of every relevant player in baseball, so of course he loves the young fellas.
I mean, I know the high schools, I know the college. It's just so much more exciting than caring about Francisco Lindor in his 10th year in the league.
Okay, last question is about Daniel Lynch entering the rotation. They want to know your thoughts on that.
I love Daniel Lynch.
This was okay. Well, of course he likes Daniel Lynch because he's a college
American
guy,
Heritage
young
High
guy.
School, Plantation, Florida. I know Daniel Lynch.
What, like, why are the Royals?
2018.
Why would the Royals? Like, what are they trying to do here? This could turn into a disaster if he starts pitching bad.
No,
like,
it
why
doesn't.
your team's playing well.
Jacob Junis goes to the bullpen. Okay.
He has a 3.38 ERA this year,
Okay,
which is
cool.
good for him.
Okay, but we're bailing out Brad Keller every other
Yeah,
start.
Brad Keller should be in the bullpen. That's who should be in the bullpen.
But he's just not good enough to be in the bullpen. So you start him, and then you bring Jake Junis in. You know, maybe they can combine for 7 innings, combined for a quality start. The two of them combined, because Brad Keller's not doing it by himself these days. But he did pitch well.
I sure hope they know something about this kid.
He's a lefty who throws legit fucking flames.
I know,
dude.
but then they come like he does have control issues.
No, that is not true.
Yes,
No.
his control. He's gonna come in
Plus
and
control. Breaking balls are average, okay? But he gets swing and miss stuff. 97 from the left side. Are you fucking kidding me?
okay. What if he comes in? I'm giving you a scenario. He comes in
Yes.
and pitches like shit. 2 starts. Do you send him back down and
Yes,
put Junis?
he's like legit 20-something years old.
So why not just put him in the pen or put him for
Why would
do
you
a
bring-
6-man rotation to start and see how he does?
Because the Royals like to do things old school way. And that's why I like the Kansas City Royals. That's why Lorenzo Cain's hanging up there. Great player. Great organization. The Kansas City Royals are doing it right. They're going to bring up Asa Lacy hopefully this year, too. Another left-hand.
And Bobby Witt.
And they're going to be awesome, and everyone's going to love the Kansas City Royals. Daniel Lynch is a legit starting pitcher, too, in fantasy baseball, potentially, if he pans out. I mean, maybe not this year. but it's a guy you need to look at. He's going to be awesome. Another guy who's going to be fun to
For
watch.
fantasy, this is like the best thing ever for fantasy. He comes in, he's got a spot in the rotation.
Yes, and they're going to stretch.
lose.
They're going to stretch him out too. Worst thing that happens, he gets sent down to the alternate site, and we are right back where we started for the Kansas City Royals. Because we're not running an organization here; we're just running a fantasy team, Jeremy.
I know. Fantasy
not-
wise,
yeah.
it's
We
great.
are playing for dollars. They're
except
playing
if
for
you're
millions of dollars.
except if you're Judas owners, then you're like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, he was like the greatest week one pickup. Everyone's
Yeah.
like, Jacob Junis, $100 is like, I will stay away from Jacob Junis.
I'm all for this Royals move, but I'm saying that it could be a disaster, is what I'm saying.
No, it couldn't be. It's not going to be a disaster.
I think you're saying it for the organization and his development.
Yeah.
It could be a disaster,
Yeah.
not
They're
for
giving
your
a lot of
fantasy
trust into
outlook.
this kid in his first, just giving him a rotation
Right.
spot. Like
Is he pitching today or tomorrow?
today.
We're going to see how this one pans out
Yeah.
pretty quickly.
Make sure you check our Twitter because we'll be tweeting about it.
Jeremy will for sure try and dunk on me if he gives up like a run in the first, and then he's going to go 6 innings.
I'll take a video of him and like walk the first guy. I'll be like, it's a disaster.
Yeah, Jer's Reese Hoskins take was just on fire because he was like 0 for 7 after the
Well, and then he had
the
a
take.
fucking awesome night last night. But whatever. I'm done with Jeremy Roach. That's the end of the episode. Any final notes from you?
No, make sure you email us your questions. We got a good amount of submissions. So
Yeah, just flood Roach's email.
yeah, flood my email.
Nothing he likes more than answering emails on a Monday morning.
Love
there we
seeing
go. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we will see you next time.